guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So I just wanted to chat a little bit today. Nothing serious. You don't have to sit down to hear this. But if you want to, you can. So I don't know. I just feel like lately I didn't make any video. Actually, you know what? Correction. I actually made some videos, but I decided not to edit them because I just feel like they're just not that interesting. So maybe this is like my attempt, I guess, to make interesting video. I don't really know, but I just thought I wanted to like have a bit of chat, like just talk, that's all. Like there's no agenda. There's no agenda or anything. Well, okay, I guess I want to start this off with a little bit of life update. So as you guys can see, the lighting is off. Well, that is because I just moved to a new apartment. So I used to stay at a house, like a landed house, with my family, and then I decided to move out. My family also decided to move out. So like, yeah, now we just don't really live together anymore. Nothing really like serious or anything. We just feel like, you know what, it's just too expensive to rent the entire house. So let's just rent, each one of us rent like a room. So yeah, I don't have any furniture yet except for like a bed and a table. Like anything that I already own, I'm bringing them all here. But yeah, I don't really have any furniture at the moment. I don't remember to bring my tripod as well, so that's why the lighting is really off, because I put my camera literally above a table lamp. So yeah. Anyways, so yeah, that's what I've been up to. And I think this one is a pretty big update. Well, it actually kind of happened for quite some time already, but I actually stopped working since last year on October, and until now I am not really working. But I have been basically changing my career from someone who works 9 to 5 at a company to becoming the owner of a company. I know it doesn't, like, I don't know, to be honest with you, for me, as someone who have dwelled into business, it actually doesn't sound good. It doesn't sound very luxurious. It doesn't sound like it's an achievement or anything. No, nothing like that. So it actually kind of sounds like, oh, that sucks. To be honest with you, it's not like I want to be a business person, but I just have to. Like, it's like, let's just say you lost your job, and then at the time being you don't have any job. So what do? You open a business. That's basically it. So when I say business, it can be like a really small scale business, or it can be like a really big one, up to you. But mine is a really small one. Like in my country, we call it like small and micro business, and I was like, no, I am nano, because of how small it is. So yeah, it's actually not luxurious at all. Becoming a business owner is not something that I actually plan. It's sort of like, how do I say this? It's sort of like the path was like created in front of me, and I just walk, and I found myself here in this like completely new thing. I have always been like creating business actually in the past, but it was sort of like a part-time, not so serious kind of business. So I was like working, and then I have a business at the same time. But right now it's full-time, just business. Now, if I'm gonna be honest with you, I actually still prefer working, because obviously when it comes to working 9 to 5, you get like more stable income, right? But the thing about business is that, a lot of people will say this, the thing about business is that maybe the income is not stable, but you can earn unlimited amount of income. So you can be literally super duper rich by becoming a businessman. You cannot be super duper rich by becoming a 9 to 5 worker, which is actually true. Like, it is actually true. Like, if someone is like a total 9 to 5, like they don't do anything, they just become a 9 to 5 worker, I kind of doubt they'll be like super mega rich, But usually the people who are extremely wealthy, they are all business people. So it is actually, in a way, it is true. But the thing about business is that it's not easy, So I used to be stupid, and I said, you know what, I'll quit my job. So it happened, I think it was like 5 years ago. So 5 years ago, 2021, I quit my job to become a full-time business person. Sorry you guys, my phone actually ran out of memory, so I have to like delete some photos. So anyways, coming back to what I was saying, so I decided to, quit my job. It was my conscious mind, but the thing is, I feel like my journey was like rerouted into becoming a 9 to 5 worker again at that time. So yeah, it was like I was like working for I think for like 4 years, 5 years, and then now I fast forward to now. I lost my job again, but this time it was not my plan. I mean, at this age, I guess I was kind of more like, you know what, let's just stick with what's comfortable, let's just stick with working, let's just stick with getting a stable income every month. Every month I get salary. That's way more peaceful, right? So last time, I guess because I was younger, so I was like, you know what, let's do this, let's try something new, let's take risk. But now I'm like, let's not. Maybe because again I'm so much older now, so now I'm like, let's just not like take risk, let's just enjoy life. Life is already difficult, why make it so much more difficult, right? But I don't know, this is just my feeling, okay? I don't really know the truth, but I think I was like, no. You can't just like live in your comfort zone and not go to like those unknown territories. You can't just like stuck and not expanding your knowledge. You cannot just rely on such a stable life being a 9 to 5 worker, because to be honest with you, being a 9 to 5 worker, as a UI UX designer, I mean, there are challenges, but to be honest, the challenges are kind of like within my comfort zone, because it's just something that I was like kind of already good at. I'm not like, okay, maybe I am boasting myself, but I was already good at UI and UX design. But so the challenges are like, I think I can handle this one, I think, so the challenges are kind of like easy mode kind of challenges. Now I think God wants to level me up to become a hard mode. I'm laughing not because it's funny, I'm laughing because it's so ironic. I was like, you know what, most of the time I kind of like want to tell God like, you know what, maybe let's just tone it down a little bit. I don't really want to be better, I don't feel like getting better. I kind of just want to chill, because I feel like, I don't know, sometimes I feel like my life is already difficult. Like, can we not? So to be honest with you, I was kind of not happy with this journey that was created in front of me. So before you accuse me of things like, oh, you're not seeking job hard enough, you're not applying enough, okay, the thing is, you guys don't have access to my LinkedIn, right? But if you guys have access to my LinkedIn, my JobStreet, my Indeed, my it's called Hiredly, so there's a lot of like job portals that I try to apply to, but I just never get any of them. And I'm not really being picky, because I actually applied to be casual workers like waitresses, well, I didn't apply to be bartender, but yeah, waitresses and event runners and all that stuff. I was like, I think when people kind of told me, so there was this one person who told me, another life update by the way, there's this one person who kind of accused me of not trying enough, because he was like, well, if you tried hard enough, you would have gotten something by now, your problem should be solved by now. So he accused me of not trying hard enough, and to be honest with you, I was really, really pissed when I heard that. I was like, how dare you, because it's just like, I'm just not really someone who will tell people like, oh, I've done this, poor me, I don't know, like pray for me or whatever. I don't actually ask people to pray for me, for real. I just always be like, you know what, I'm doing this and that's it. Like, I'm just sharing for the purpose of sharing. I'm not really like sharing so I can get your sympathy and then you will be lured to help me. Not really. But yeah, sometimes people do like listen to my story and like, oh, I want to help you, which is fine. But sometimes I do turn them down anyway. So you know what, I digress. But the thing is, I have tried hard, I think more than enough. Like, I want to say I've tried hard enough, but actually I think I've surpassed that. So yeah, I don't maybe I'll get into detail next time of how much I have tried. you know, even the low salary, I applied to them anyway. So yeah, I was just kind of like really just stuck and hopeless. I lost a lot of hair because I kept thinking like, how can I earn this much amount of money, because I have this like loan for my house, which I don't own anymore. I've sold that house, by the way, which is great. But last time when I still have that house, I was demanded to pay 5 million Indonesian rupiah every month. So I was like thinking, how can I get 5 million next month? How can I get 5 million? But surprisingly, like last time, it kind of just happened. Like the 5 million is just there, so I can keep paying. Until at one point, I was like, I'm damn sure I cannot pay for the loan next month. And then something like, I would say it's a miracle. A miracle happened. Someone actually bought my house. I posted that house on TikTok and Instagram for like months. Nobody is like wanted to buy it. A lot of people ask like, oh, how much is the monthly payment and blah blah blah. But nobody is like serious or anything. So yeah, I was kind of hopeless on selling that house, to be honest. The location wasn't great. And then this person, she basically bought my house. And you know what's crazy? She's the salesperson that I asked to help to sell my house. So I was like, I'm asking this agent, real estate agent, to help sell my house. And she was like, you know what, I want to buy it from you. I was like, are you serious? Like, are you trying to help me? But I don't feel like, I mean, I do appreciate the help, but I just feel like, you know what, don't force yourself. You know, if you don't want to actually buy this house, it's fine. But she was like, no, actually, I want to buy this house because I, you know, work there and stuff like that. So it just makes sense for her. So yeah, that was that was a miracle, actually. Like, I'm thinking about it, I was like, wow, that is just so random, you know, like those kind of things happen. But anyway, let's go back to my entrepreneurship story. I hate being an entrepreneur. I hate being a business person. To be honest, it's not comfortable. It's not easy. I do think, this is my genuine thinking, and I'm not trying to like, you know, put down anybody else out there, but I do feel like business person or entrepreneurship life is just not for everyone. It's really not for everyone. So I totally get it. You know, I told my friends sometimes, I was like, hey, you should start a business. You know, you're good at this thing. You should start a business. But they're like, nah, I don't really want to do that. Blah blah blah. So and I was like, totally get it. Totally get it. Like, if you don't want to do it, you are afraid of the risk. Don't do it. Because if you're let me tell you guys something. If you are afraid of risks, and you are someone who's just like not confident, you are easily scared, you're easily afraid, you're a timid person, I don't think you're gonna last in business. I think business world is going to crush you, because that is what happened to me. I was talking about myself, actually. Like when I told you, like about 5 years ago, 2021, when I decided to just quit my job, become a full-time boss girl. It broke me. It literally broke me to pieces. And then at the time I was like, never again. So that's the reason why I did that consciously, and then it broke me, and that's why I was like, I do not want to be a business person anymore. And I still don't want to be a business person. Like, up until now, I still do not want to be a business person, even though I see there's a bit of growth. Like, it's already like sprouting. I can tell you this, being a business person is like planting like a really huge tree. You know how really huge tree, you can't really see them growing. It's like they're so slow to grow. You're like, is this really growing? Is this seed, the one that I just planted, really going? You know? And so maybe sometimes we lose weight and be like, you know what, maybe I'll stop watering it because I feel like it's failed. You know, I feel like it's not growing, but actually it is growing. Because really huge tree, like you know what, I don't know what tree, maybe baobab tree, I don't know. I don't actually know if baobab tree is like really hard to grow, but you guys do the research for me. But baobab tree, for example, they have to really, you know, put a very huge root. You know, that's why you don't see them growing, actually. So but then when it starts to grow, like a little bit of sprout coming out, and you're like, hey, that it's actually growing, which is exactly what I think I'm feeling right now. But the thing about really huge tree, planting a huge tree is not easy. If you wanted to, plant some bean sprout, you just water it. The next day you see like, oh, it's already sprouting, and you can just keep watering it. But a huge tree is really hard to, like, okay, it's growing a little bit, you know, you can see the sprout a little bit, but and then you kind of have this spirit like, oh, it's actually growing. Maybe I should keep watering it, and you keep watering it, and it's not getting any bigger. It's not getting any bigger. It's not getting any taller, and then you're like, what did I do wrong? What happened? That's exactly how business is. That's why I said, like, business is not for everyone. And I'm not telling this to, like, put you guys down or, like, make you guys look bad. No, nothing like that. I'm just trying to set you guys to more realistic expectation, because I do think that sometimes people go, oh, having a business is really nice, and you now have unlimited income. I was like, I did not have unlimited income. I have unlimited spending, because it's like I got income, but then I have to put it back into this business. So yeah. When I'm like telling you guys this, I'm like thinking about it at the same time, and I'm just like, what a sad life that I have. What a sad life. And I'm not laughing because it's funny, because it's so ironic that I don't know. Anyways, back to the topic. I keep running like off topic, but anyway, yeah, it's just not for everyone. I'm sorry to say. Maybe some of you are like, oh, I dream of becoming a business person. Well, think again. For real, think again. Like, do you really want it? Because it's not as good as you think. A lot of business people, they actually close their business within, like, I don't know, like a year or two, sometimes 5 years. Sometimes the business can be closed down after they've done it for so long, like maybe like 10 years, and then like they're like, you know what, it's not working out, so let's just close it down. It happens. It actually happens. Like the thing about, again, like going back to the planting the big tree kind of thing, is that you can plant a big tree, but then maybe like you keep watering it, you give it like some fertilizer, whatnot, you keep it like in a really nice sunny place, and then maybe after 5 years it just decided to die. Like, what can you do? That's business for you, so yeah, I'm just trying to set a realistic expectation right here, and it's not easy to so another life update. Just recently, I actually, like, this is the reason why I said that my business like sprouting a little bit. Like, I can see the sprout now. So I was like, oh, it's actually growing. All this watering that I've done so far is actually, is now starting to visible. Like, the progress, the growth is visible. Yeah. And what happened was, so recently I was like accepted into joining this Chinese New Year event in my country. So my country, actually, we don't celebrate Chinese New Year. Like, I mean, the government. I'm talking about the government. The people do, but the government don't really do that. So only this year they started to have, like, the government started to make a Chinese New Year celebration for everyone. And so that was really great. That was a great progress, by the way. And so they said, we're opening some spaces for you guys to sell. Accepted tenants will be contacted and whatnot. So I applied and I got in, and then I'm selling there. It's done. It's just done yesterday as I'm filming this. But in that event, basically, I really learned so much. It's crazy. I learned so much that I just feel like if I were a 9 to 5, I would not have learned all these things. It made me a bit tear up when I'm remembering this. But like, honestly, I have always my English sucks. I've always been such a shy person, timid person. I've always been someone who is like, I will not start talking to people until they start talking to me. Like, I've always been that way. And then in that event, because there's just so many sellers, I talk to so many people, I start conversations with a lot of strangers. So I was like, where does this skill come from? I just feel like I never have this skill of talking to people. But then in that event, I was like, I kept talking to people. I was like kind of like social butterfly, which is totally, I'm not a social butterfly. Like, before all this, I'm just not. I'm the opposite of social butterfly. So I'm an introvert worm. But yeah, so I was like becoming a social butterfly, and I talked to a lot of people. I joked a bit. I become more comfortable talking to people, and I learned to trust the process. Just learn to trust the process. I have always been such an anxious person. I'm always like, oh, what about tomorrow? Oh, what will happen later? What if this problem is going to arise? Blah 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 blah. Like, before it happened, I'm always have this like imagination that something bad is going to happen. Like, what can I do to combat that? But lately, becoming this whole entrepreneur journey, I'm just like, you know what, I'll just do this. If it doesn't work, it's fine. If it works, that's great. Like I kind of have to learn to just trust the process, and yeah, that's it. And there was this one time I went to the church, and the preacher kind of told us that you have to find God, you know, you have to find God, which is like, all of us were like, obviously we have to find God, sure. But then he was like, do you know how to find God? You can only find God if you actually need Him. So if you don't need Him, you will not find Him. So I was like, oh wait, that is interesting. So he explained it a bit further. He elaborated it, and he said, for example, someone who said that, oh, I am strong, I am capable of doing anything, I can generate my own income, I can generate my own wealth, like whatever, I can do anything, I don't need God, then that person will not find God. But if someone is like, actually my strength is limited, actually my just my whatever is very, very limited, so I really, really do need God, then those kind of people will actually find God. So I was like, wow, that is interesting. That actually kind of like stuck in my mind, and I was like, yeah, that is really true, which is exactly my position right now. Sometimes I do feel like it's a punishment from God, for real. Like, I'm just being real. Again, I talk about Christianity a lot, and I am a devout Christian, but the thing is, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. When I said that I have difficulties, I have doubts about God, I actually do. And I feel like a lot of more and more Christians need to just, be honest, and tell others that, I do have doubts sometimes. I do have this like negative thinking about God. Like, I feel like God is punishing me. I think God hates me for some reason. Like, that's a real emotion. Like, sometimes we really do actually think that way. For real. But the point is, like, how do you combat those kind of thoughts, right? Will you stuck in that forever, and then you decided, you know what, one day I'm not gonna follow God anymore? Like, will you do that? Or will you be like, try to find inspiration and try to find reasons to, like, go back to thinking good about God? So yeah, that's it. Again, I feel like if I said that being sad, like me being sad, is kind of an understatement. I feel like I'm more than just sad. I feel like I'm more than just sad. That I couldn't really find the word for it. Devastated, maybe? I don't know. But yeah, I'm just way more than sad lately. And I feel like I'm so sad to the point that I feel like I'm getting crazier, for real. Because like, there's just a lot of things happening, left, right, front, back, like everything is just happening. But I have been kind of awakened to have this thinking that actually I'm not that bad. So last time I was like a very, very timid person. I just scared to take actions. So I always like call my sisters because they're way more experienced than me, so I thought maybe they knew. So I always just ask them for their opinion. Well, it's not really an opinion, because I kind of more like ask them, what do I do? What should I do? What's my next step? Like, I'm literally asking someone, hey, what should I do? What must I do? And then I would do whatever they say, and nowadays I'm kind of just like, I don't want to ask anybody. The only person I'm asking is myself. And so to be honest, sometimes there are like things actually went wrong, but sometimes things actually went really, really right. But when things actually went wrong, I kind of like, hey, this is a new lesson, I'm learning this now, so next time I won't be this stupid anymore. But the thing is, when someone told me like what to do, and then I just follow it, it's more like if it's actually wrong, I would just not learn anything and blame them. So that was not a good thing to do. Yeah, I have been like realizing a lot of strengths that I have. It's honestly like this whole entrepreneurship journey, I can't tell you how the future will be, but so far it's been awakening. So yeah, you know what, for real, this actually happened. I I really feel like this whole thing was orchestrated by God. Like my path is like created already, and I just have to go through it, you know. So it's kind of like I don't really actually have choice. I don't have free choice to do what I want to do, because the path is already set, you know. So if I said, you know what, God, I don't want to follow your plan, I want to do that other thing instead, I'm like, not, that's not happening. Like God is like, no, that's not happening, you can't do that. You go back to the path that I made for you. I feel like that's kind of what's happening to me right now. So yeah, it sucks. It actually sucks. I mean, I'm not saying that, you know, it's sucks because it's going to be bad. I'm just saying that it sucks because, you know, you don't have much freedom. Like sometimes I feel like freedom is good, right? Sometimes you go like you have a lot of freedom, you can do whatever you want, like it feels good, like, oh, I'm very rich now, so I can just buy whatever I want, I can live whatever I want. Like that is good, right? But if you are, you know, like me, have no money, have nothing, like just I'm like literally living like last time I was like living paycheck to paycheck, but nowadays I'm kind of like living as the day comes, you know. So if I got some money today from like somewhere just random, like I just randomly get money from somewhere, like I don't know, maybe let's just say in the future one of my shares, one of my stocks is like literally boosting up to the moon, and then I can, you know, get some money, I can sell them and get some money. Like it's as random as that. Haven't happened to me though, so I think the stocks are pretty bad right now. But anyway, yeah, that's kind of what happening to me recently. It's like everything is just like as the day goes by, you know. I can't plan for tomorrow. Maybe right now I'm only having this much amount of money, and then I'm thinking like I used to think like, what about tomorrow? I only have this much amount of money, I cannot possibly survive tomorrow. And then the tomorrow comes and suddenly I get some random money. So that's kind of like how has it been for me, you know. So yeah, it's like that kind of living, again, like I said, it's not for everyone. Like, can you guys imagine living like that? Living like right now you only have $1, so you worry about the next day, and the next day suddenly you got $2, and then you're still worried because $2 is not enough. I need a huge lump sum of money like up front to make me believe that I can survive for the entire month. That's usually what people want, and that's what I want too, but I guess right now it's not really an option. So yeah, I'm living as the day goes by. I try to, you know, I mean, I am really trying hard here. Like if I have a daughter or, well, son, if I have a child, you know, then, you know, if they're like complaining about our life, like about how poor we are, maybe what I will like literally tell them all the time is that I'm really trying here. So yeah, it is what it is. Anyways, this video has been really long, and to be honest with you, I don't have Wi-Fi anymore, so I'm kind of like not sure how can I upload this. Maybe when I upload this my internet is completely finished, but that's okay. Maybe tomorrow I get some more random money, and then I can, you know, I don't know, like maybe buy more internet or something. I don't really know. But yeah, nowadays thinking is just not my thing anymore. Nowadays like I just don't really think anymore nowadays. I'm just like, do it or don't do it. That's it. I don't worry about the next day. I just like, yeah, if it comes then it comes, if it doesn't then it doesn't, you know. So yeah, anyway, living in a new apartment is pretty nice. Actually, the apartment is really nice. Like it's exactly the layout that I wanted. But sadly, like apartments are actually noisy. I live on a really high floor, by the way. Like I'm the second tallest floor, and I still hear a lot of noises from the neighborhood actually. So yeah, I mean, it's not that it's bad, it's just that it has some, you know, bad things about it. So yeah, guys, that's it. That's the life update. Anyways, if you guys want to check out my latest business, my latest business is kind of like my baby. It's like I don't have a daughter, I don't have a son, but you know, my business is my baby. So I kind of just invest everything into that baby. last time I have this doubt that, you know, I think my baby is ugly. It's that kind of feeling, like, you know, I think my baby is useless and ugly. Like, to be honest, I feel like my business is just, it sucks. Maybe, like, I used to think it sucks, nobody wants it, nobody wants to buy the product, so I just don't really have a lot of faith in it. But after I, you know, joined this event, the Chinese New Year event, I was convinced that a lot of people actually want my product. Like, a lot of people have been like going to my store and be like, hey, are you still selling, are you still open? You know, late at night they're still asking me, are you still open? And I'm like, oh yeah, of course I'm open. And I'm, you know, get them some drinks. So yeah, I'm selling this sweet and sour and salty drink from orange, like real orange, but it's a different kind of orange. It's a citrus as well. So I think you guys call it the calamansi orange or something like that. But yeah, the orange is like really, really tiny. So I'm selling that drink. I got that inspiration from my culture, actually. So I'm a Chinese Indonesian, and usually Chinese Indonesian will drink that kind of drink while eating noodles. Like, it's a perfect combo, and I've been liking that drink since I was small. So I thought, hey, why not I sell only that? So I actually sell only that drink, with various toppings, of course. But yeah, I'm like doing this specialty in that drink, in that sweet and sour and salty orange drink. I have a lot of faith in it because I love it. I love that drink so much, and I feel like, you know what, more people should try it. More people should try it and like it. I just don't think this drink should be exclusive to like only the Chinese people. Like, I think everyone can try it. And yeah, so far it's been great. You know, a lot of people have been trying it and they're like, hey, actually this is tasty. And like, I gave samples and then they're like, hey, this is actually tasty. So that is amazing. I just feel, sometimes I just feel like blown away with the result, and I'm just feeling like really, really proud of myself. So yeah, do check it out. I will, you know, put the link in the description down below, like the Instagram and stuff, so you guys can give it a follow. It's also on Kid World, by the way. Yeah. So anyway, guys, that's it for the live updates. Thank you guys so much for watching, and you know what, see you guys next time. Bye bye.